Hi, I'm Spencer. I'm here with Razorstrike.com. We're talking Wednesday 13 from the band Gunfire 76. Sorry.
That's me.
I screwed that up. You guys are 9 days into the First Blood tour. It's the first time you guys have been out on the road as a band. How's that going for you?
It's been fun. I mean, I basically took the whole summer off, so just getting back out and playing has been something I've been wanting to do for a while. And it started off a little rough. Had a couple little rough spots, and ran into some weather and had some band trouble and things like that, which is with every tour. And but no, it's been good. I think tonight is kind of when our good streak of shows I'm hoping is going to start, because we go from here. I always do well here at Wednesday 13, and Portland's usually pretty good for me, and then we get out to the Whiskey, which is always great. And then we head off to the UK for 12 shows in a row there on the 30th. We leave on the 30th. So,
very good.
So yeah, it's been fun.
How do you think the fans have been interacting with you guys as a band, being Gunfire 76 versus what you did at Wednesday 13?
I think a lot of people had no idea what to expect, and to be honest with you, I didn't really. The record speaks for itself. I think it's a different album than a Wednesday 13 album. The image changed up a little bit. I cut my hair off, so I don't have dreadlocks down my waist anymore, which definitely upped the teen suicide rate around the world when that happened for some reason. Just kidding. But it was just I had to change stuff up for me to keep it fresh for me, and so that was really important to do that. And the live show really, it was I think for me it was going back from, I've had a guitar strapped around me for a couple of years, and so to go back and just be a front guy, I was terrified at first, and but I think 2 songs into the first show I was into it, and every night I'm just learning more stuff to do, and I'm getting better at it. I'm feeling less reliable on my guitar part, and but it's cool, man. I get my parts off different ways. There's things in this band I can do that I can't do at Wednesday 13.
Right.
So, and it keeps it fresh for me, because when I do go back to Wednesday 13, I can go back and do what I set out to do with that band in the first place, and not try to experiment, write about personal stuff. Wednesday 13 stuff needed to be where it was for the first time.
Right.
And I should have led to that. But I'm not ashamed of my records I've done, but
because I love
you know what I mean. Each band is, you grow as an artist,
right.
And but being able to do all these different projects, I can kind of focus on one at a time and do different things, and I kind of think me just thinking about doing other things like the Gunfire thing was maybe taking away from the Wednesday, maybe sort of the sense of humor, the fun kind of vibe that I kind of sent with that. So that's why I did this band, because I had some other demons I need to exercise.
All right. Speaking of the band that's on tour with you now is not the same band that you recorded the CD with. I think
One guy is.
Roman,
whatever you want to call it.
He's been with you for a while. He's been in and out of your project for a while now, right?
Yeah, he's been a good friend for a while. We met in 2006. I honestly used to bring him just on tour with me just because he was a good friend and he made me laugh all the time. And then I found out he was an amazing guitar player, so I asked him to be a part of the Bourbon Crow thing, and then this project came up. He's just such a good friend. He keeps me happy on the road, and we're just 2 morons together. And at the time we recorded the record, we hadn't put the band together, so we used his friend Jason West, who's from Texas, who Ramon had played with as well. And he came up, we learned the songs in 4 days and tracked it in a week, and it was done.
How do you, since this is almost a different band than what you recorded, how do you see these guys taking these songs and making them their own? How do you do that? What do you see?
Well, the thing is, I really picked out members that I knew could play the parts. I did something a little more intricate than what I normally do. This is not a Wednesday 13. A lot more guitar driven, a lot more lead stuff, so I got 2 lead guitar players on it. And I think when it came down to it, when I did find the band and told everybody, I said, look, it's like, work the record the way the record is. It's okay to add little things here and there, but you don't need to take an old school rock song and then see how fast you can play guitar. Just play it like the record. If you add stuff here and there, just a spontaneous live, make it fun like that. This whole band for me was kind of like my middle finger to just the way the whole scene is right now. So everything is based around, everything's heavy metal, technical. We got the fastest guitar players in the world, and I've got guitar players the guitarists and the bands I just mentioned were rock stars. You know?
They were. I noticed that. The guys that you have in these bands all had other bands, which kind of leads me into my next question.
Right.
Do you see these guys being the future Gunfire 76?
I hope so. You know, it's still early in the
right.
beginning, and you know, unlike most bands, you know, a lot of bands will rehearse in a garage and be a band for a couple years, and you know, rehearse and learn the songs. But I've been doing this for years now, where my band comes in and I find guys on the internet and talk to them and say, all right, here's a CD of the songs, learn them. We got 3 days before we go on tour. So you learn really quick who you get along with, who you don't get along with. And so far, you know, everything's been great so far. So I'd like to say that I know these guys, but with anything, man, anything happens. All I can say for sure is that you will definitely see me constantly. You know, I love touring, I love doing this, and I'm proud of this band and what we're doing, and I want to keep it going. So.
All right, good. If you had a chance to bring somebody into the band and work with them on a project,
Right.
what artists out there inspire you right now? Which guys do you see in bands that you go, I'd like to get him in Gunfire for a couple of shows?
You know, man, I mean, it's weird. There's a lot of older bands and stuff that, of course, that I grew up on, and there are newer bands too that I think are great. Like I'm a huge fan of, I won't say newer, they've been around forever. They started playing when they were 15, but like I'm a big fan of Back in the Babies and Danko Jones. You know, and bands like that they're cool bands. I think that are kind of on the same vibe of what we do, and you know, just artists I respect. There's no one really right off. I mean, of course, I always say I always want to play with some of my. I've been very fortunate enough to go on tour and open up for Alice Cooper and tour with Henry Rocks and things like that. So yeah, it would be really cool to actually work on a song with Alice, or do a song or get back on there from Henry Rocks and do something like that. So these are relationships I've made on friends with guys, and I don't think it's too far out of the question for that to happen in the future. I hope it will. It'd be nice, you know.
Right. Okay. Let's see. On the CD, you did all the lyrics. You did most of the songs.
Right.
As a band, just suppose for a minute we
Right.
keep these guys around,
Okay.
and that becomes the band. You guys go cut another album. Do you see yourself being the primary songwriter at that point, or do you see that maybe you take some input from the band?
I mean, the reason I was the main guy in Wednesday was because I was the common guy in Wednesday. You know, cool at this project. I didn't even work with an outfit and other writers. There's also different at the table than what we do. So I'm always up for ideas. End of the day, I'm the main guy. I don't know if they does it. You know, I know what I like. If I play something, I can always twist it. If something's okay. That's what I've been heard of. Like when I started working with Joey, you know, he took a lot of stuff I had. It was really simple, and you know, he produced it, slipped it up a bit, added some stuff to it I would have never heard, and made it really cool. You know, so I'm up for hearing ideas and things like that. I'm not the kind of guy who goes, no, it's my show or anything.
All right, good. Last thing. Tell the fans. Look out there. Tell the internet fans. One thing we don't know about Wednesday 13th.
One thing you don't know about Wednesday 13th.
Give Spencer the exclusive. Live from Seattle. What does no
Live from Seattle. I started a no-carb diet about a month ago. That's all I got, really.
How's it working out for you?
The first 2 weeks I wanted to kill everybody, but apparently it makes you very irritable. But it's been alright. So yeah, so I started a diet, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a great story. Wish I had been better. But I don't.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you Razorstrike for making this happen. Go out and buy the new Gunfire 76 CD, Casualties, Tragedies, available on the internet. Interpump, you can get it from Interpump. Thanks for watching.